friends, it's UrsulasRevenge and happy Wednesday update day. Today we have a new quest to do plus a bazaar, so I mean it's pretty straightforward. Let's go talk about it. Starting with the bazaar. Okay, so voice cracked. Okay, so we actually have kind of like a jam-packed bazaar this time around. I think technically it's still 4 breeds and like 2 special horses, but still, I don't think they've had like 8 horses on display in a long time. If ever, actually. I have no idea. On sale this week, we have the Criollo for 665 star coins, originally 950 star coins. The Icelandic on sale for 475 star coins, originally 950 star coins. The Dartmoor Pony on sale for 425 star coins, originally 850 star coins. And the Jorvik Wild Horse on sale for 585 star coins, originally 975 star coins. Along with the regular Jorvik Wild Horse, there's also the special release Jorvik Wild Horses. So Embermane is on sale for 585 star coins, originally 975 star coins. So same price as the regular Jorvik Wild. And the Soul Steed is on sale for 360 star coins, originally 600 star coins. This one is usually less than the regular Jorvik Wild because this was the birthday horse a couple years ago. Worth noting for the Jorvik Wild Horse, the most recent coat variation that was released around Halloween is not included in this. That's because it is too new. Unfortunately, that's the only one that I really want. I have considered this one. This one was on my list for a very long time, but now that what is it called? Chestnut mismarked Appaloosa Jorvik Wild Horse, now that exists, that's the only one that I want. So I'm gonna have to wait a little bit longer for that one. Though I am also kind of considering Embermane, because I really like the Mistfall series, and this is the horse for Mistfall if you don't know. And like everything else that was released with Mistfall is no longer available, and I'm like dying for that Miscreant's jacket and I want it so bad. So maybe I might just have to get you at some point. Other horse I'm considering is this Criollo. This one, the coat variations that came after effect, I want to say this was one of them. Did you come out at Halloween like 2 years ago? No, that's not possible because you came out in January, so this probably was an original coat. But these two that were released in like a special batch earlier in the spring, these ones are available on sale, plus the original, what was it, 6 coats? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, so that makes sense. Original 7 coats, plus the 2 special coat variations that were released in the spring for the Criollo are all available. Can't remember if they have a different special coat variation. Just kidding, the Criollo did have a Halloween variation that is too new to be on sale. So that goes for both the Criollo and the Jorvik Wild. Those Halloween variations are not yet available on sale, but I mean, give it time. These horses will appear on sale again at some point. I don't have any Criollo. If I were to get one, it would be this white one here. I don't know what I would call you, honestly. Honestly, you're kind of like, I'm getting Pearl vibes from you, Miss Criollo. I'm just still hesitant because they're so long and I don't know if I'm going to like that. But I don't currently have a Criollo. If I was going to get one, it would be you because you're on sale. Maybe Embermane because you're on sale. As much as I love the Dartmoor Pony, like, I love this horse. I think it is so cute. It is so well done. I love the ponies. I've mentioned this many a time. You're just so cute. What can I say? I already have this one. I love him. I don't know if I need another one, though. I'm kind of trying to save my star coins a teeny tiny bit. Just because, you know, there be horses coming out this year. And possibly some coming out soon. Spoiler alert, maybe with Marchenghast. So I'm kind of curious about that. And again, like, these horses are going to go on sale again. Bazaars are super common. My spreadsheet, every horse went on sale last year, so I kind of expect that to potentially happen again. So, I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, that means that I probably won't see these horses on sale again later this year, but that's not even necessarily true. Some horses were doubled up last year. Anyways, I'm kind of like speculating, but let me show you my spreadsheet because I noticed something else. Okay, so this is my star stable tracker. I usually share this in the description of my videos, so if you are curious, you can definitely go check it out there. I keep track of all the horses when they go on Bazaar and when they get released, and I've got this updated for today. I don't have the magic horses on here, but I will put the special Jorvik Wilds shortly. So the thing that I wanted to point out was actually the sale price of the Dartmoor pony. So it is currently on sale for $425. Usually the horse prices go down every time they're on sale. But in this case, for the Dartmoor pony, they actually went up. So the last time they were on sale for 375 star coins, which means they were over 50% off. So they've gone back to exactly 50% off. I don't think they were on sale prior to that. Oh, they were. They were also originally at $399. Okay, so their sale history was they went on sale July 2024 for $499. Then again, December 2024 for $399, 100 less. Then again, May 2025, they were 24 star coins less. And then today, they actually went up to $425. So that's odd. I don't know if that's happened before. Interesting. There, this whole seed and Evermaid are now on the sheet. If you do explore this tracker, I also have pages for horse prices and locations. Just because I wanted to track like release dates and stuff like that and see if their prices change at all. I also have all race rewards, which this isn't a complete list. I've missed some. I have to go back and I have to like double check what I've missed. This is just based off of high scores, I think. Yeah, I just wanted to use this for training to see like best routes for XP, best routes for Jorvik shillings. But there's more for me to add here, and I also want to add like all of the dailies. But in order for me to do that, because there's a lot of dailies that are only on specific days, that information is hard to come by unless I log in and manually track every single activity every single day, which I do have to do. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Alright, next we are headed to Cape West Fishing Village looking for Donald the Builder. You're not Donald. What is your name? Ronald the Contractor. Not Donald the Builder. Ronald the Contractor. Oh, before I even forget, they reminded me that I need to turn on my music. Excellent. Okay, so first, before we even start this quest, this is a time-limited quest. I want to say it's in the anticipation of the release of Marchenghast Castle. They did specifically say in the news, this little teaser will be available in-game until the Wednesday update on February 11th, which is the date that I am speculating that Marchenghast comes out, for two reasons. One, this quest is supposed to be a teaser introduction to Marchenghast with music and everything, and two, there have been some spoilers released for Marchenghast, and the dates that they include for the clothing, the earliest one releases on February 11th. Oh my god, it's already the end of January. Almost. It's the 21st. There's still like, what, a week and a half left? Because I was just thinking this is probably the only confirmation we'll have of the release date of Marchenghast, unless a Next Up in Jorvik comes out with the official date. I can't remember when this roadmap went to. I want to say it was until like, was it the 4th? Is that a Wednesday? Yeah, it is a Wednesday. So the roadmap went until the 4th, and the very next update would be the 11th. So, I mean, really wait until the last minute to confirm the release date. But honestly, that's fine. I mean, we can kind of use that as working knowledge. But anyways, let's see what Ronald the Contractor has to say. Hello, Arya. My name is Ronald, and I am a general building contractor. I was hired to remove the landslide that blocks the Old King's Road. Oh my god, it is Old King's Road! Lore confirmed! Did I talk about this also in the Next Up in Jorvik? Old King's Road is the area. Wait, no, this was a random conspiracy video I did. That I was talking about how, like, Old King's Road, even though it's not labeled, would technically be past the landslide, and how it did used to exist before that whole Golden Leaf Mountain area was updated when they put in Marchenghast Castle the first time. And then the theory was that Old King's Road also leads to the Secret Stone Circle, because that's what it did in Starshine Legacies. And apparently also, thank you for letting me know, in one of the Season Rider games, I think it was the Winter Rider, that was also confirmed that the Secret Stone Circle is there. Anyways, you know, the road that goes into the mountains north of Goldenhills Valley. But before I do anything, I need to evaluate the situation up there. Are there any risks? How much will it cost? Things like that. Actually, I could use some help if you have some time. Before you ask, yes, I also work at GED. 11 years, but it's been complicated lately. It's hard to explain. It's like my own values don't align with the company's anymore. Interesting. We've got some personal growth from Ronald the Contractor. GED worker. That's why I have this side business as a general contractor. The problem is that I just got started, so I can't afford to hire a whole team right now. My client has expressly asked to remain anonymous, so please don't ask me about him. All I can say that he... Huh? How does this person know me? All I can say is that he spoke very highly of you. Who? Would you mind giving me a hand with the inspection? Awesome. Then let's just meet up near the landslides. See you there. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Are we actually going to finally get past this landslide? Where does the sign say that to get to Marchenghast Castle, I have to go that way? I thought that I'd have to go up on the bridge. Is this how you get to the landslide? Okay, Marchenghast Castle this way. Why do I feel like I've never been to this path before? Oh, here we go. Why do I feel like... Why do I feel like that was not originally a path? Hold on. Okay, so normally, for like the haunted trail ride, you can come down this way. And then when you do... I don't know if I remember seeing a sign here, but I definitely did not see a path going up. But okay, sure, let's go this way. Oh my, I'm feeling a bit dizzy. This is weird. I haven't had this in years. I need to sit tight for a while until this goes away. Would you mind inspecting the landslide for me? Fear of heights does run in the family, but I had it under control. I have a brother who's also in the building trade, and he has it real bad. It's far from ideal in our line of work, I know. Oh, so is your brother Donald? Because he didn't want to work on the bridge because of his fear of heights. Anyway, just get close to the landslide and look around. Make sure you listen carefully too. If you hear any rumbling, it could mean that the rocks aren't steady and it could be risky. If that happens, please step back. Once you've collected some data, let me know what you observed so that I can break down how much this will cost. Okay, so now, interestingly enough, there is no music. It cut out after I talked to Ronald the last time. And I feel like there's supposed to be music. And I really don't want to miss out on this music. So I think I'm gonna relog and see if that fixes it. Okay, let's try this again. Nope, there's just currently no music. Okay. Oh, it automatically got me off my horse. Ooh, you hear a strange sound coming from the north. Ooh, spooky. That sounded like a little rock crunch. Is that like just a regular cloud coming over the mountain, or is that like a spooky fog coming over the mountain? Done already? You're really fast. Did you notice anything weird with the rocks? I heard a really weird noise. What the heck was that? A weird noise. I didn't hear anything. It's super quiet up here. What? That's so strange. The sound came from far away. How is it that loud? I'm standing right here and I didn't hear anything. Maybe you imagined it. Anyway, could you please take another look at the landslide so that we can complete the inspection? Sure, the weird... Oh, there's the fog. Oh, I guess it is just a cloud. Wow! I wish there was music! What the heck is that? There's like a force field! It's like we can finally see the invisible barrier that's been here for all those years! What is that about? I think I saw something shiny just behind the landslide. Am I imagining things? Weird noises and now something shiny? Nope, I don't see anything, sorry. Maybe it's just the rocks reflecting the light. How could rocks form a giant magic curtain? Never mind, here's the data I got from the landslide. Great work, thank you so much. The client was right. He said you always went out of your way to help people. Let's crunch the numbers now. Based on the terrain and the amount of rubble, haha, alright, this is gonna be a dragon's horde. That's if I can get my guys, because there's no guarantee I can. But then again, the client did say it was very important to clear this landslide, and based on how he dresses, he looks like money won't be an issue. This magic curtain is slowly dimming. I can feel it. Is it? Oh, do I finally have music? This has a sound. Okay. Oh, that was it. That was the end of the quest, huh? Donald? Ronald? Says, I think I'll be busy with this project for a while. Come back soon. Come back soon to explore the road leading up north. Rest assured, my team and I will be working hard on this. Not day and night, but day and day for sure. We should have this rubble cleared and open up the road in a matter of weeks. Thanks a lot for your patience. Is it possible? Is it possible to jump through the force field? I feel like it's not possible to get up to where the force field is. I want to touch it. Okay, well anyways, so yeah, this quest was a kind of like a precursor to finally unlocking Marchenghast and giving it a little bit of lore and kind of giving us a little bit of a teaser as to what we might encounter and who we might encounter. So it seems like there is some rich, powerful guy up at Marchenghast Castle who somehow knows that we are willing to help pretty much anyone. So I'm guessing that he's going to want us to also help out at Marchenghast, because there no doubt will be some things afoot, some magic afoot. He also mentioned needing a dragon sword to afford to pay for this. So why the public roads are the responsibility of some guy who lives in a castle, I don't know. That really should be a Jorvik infrastructure question. Usually citizens shouldn't have to pay for repairs to the public roadways and public access areas, because that comes out of taxes. But maybe Jorvik doesn't have taxes, I don't know. But I don't know, the guy lives in a castle and he apparently dresses really well, so he can probably afford to, plus he should be simulating Jorvik's economy. Anyways, so we have a couple of weeks before this officially opens. That is what this little information bubble is that it's just kind of like, hey, if you come back up here and you've got questions in the next couple of weeks, that's why he's standing here. And there's still a mystical barrier here. I'm guessing if I relog, it'll probably go away. But yeah, I'm excited for Marchenghast to finally open. Probably, what is it, 3 weeks at this point? 28th, the 4th, and the 11th. So possibly 3 weeks from now. We'll see. We shall see. I do kind of wish that there was, like, a special reward for, like, playing this, like, mini teaser quest. Because it is time limited, it would be kind of cool to have, like, a little, like, trophy or, like, reward for playing this time limited quest. Kind of like how we have that pirate hat from the quest this summer with Rob and Bob. We got an exclusive item for completing the 1 week only quest. So I think it would have been nice to have kind of like a little special, like, Marchenghast something. Like a saddle pad would have been really cute. But alas. So that is technically everything that was in the news today, but there's one more thing that I want to talk about, and it's actually the Connemara. So I hope you guys aren't tired of talking about them, but I wanted to give you kind of like a little bit of an update. So now that I have been riding this horse for, technically it's been a little bit less than a week, I have not been playing that much, at least not as much as I normally do, because I've been working on some other projects, but I spent at least a little bit more time with them, and I kind of wanted, like, not necessarily to update my review, but kind of update my review and also talk about some things that I missed. So first, I didn't get to show fully the special animation because I didn't have it unlocked at the point, and I didn't want to speed run leveling up the horse just to see the animation because I like to take my time training horses. So first, the special trick is this special little buck. It's so cute. The laugh at the end is a little creepy, but it's so cute. I love it. It's adorable. And somebody also requested that I do this with different saddles too, specifically a Western saddle, for a specific reason, but I do want to at least take a look at the other ones. So kind of sliding out of the dressage saddle. I mean, it's the same animation regardless, but I'm curious to see if there's any like kind of clipping or anything when you get to saddles with horns. I don't think there is from what I've seen. You kind of just fly over it, and even scooting back into the saddle, they make sure to clear the area where the horn would be. There's a little bit of clipping moving like backwards. Like there's like a little bit of sliding. So when you go forwards, you kind of slide a little back into the horn, but moving yourself back into the saddle, you do clear the horn, which is nice. Oh, I didn't show bounce jumps. It's so cute. I really do like this horse a lot. I think it's adorable. I don't think I talked a lot about it when I did my original video, but another thing to really love about this horse is the idle animation. So if you spent any time with the regular or the original Gen 3 now Jorvik Connemaras, they have a lot of like really cute idle animations, including like this little head shake that they do. I am so glad that they kind of brought that back into this version. They brought a lot of the idles. I want to say the most notable one that they didn't bring back is an idle animation that they don't really put on a lot of horses anymore, which is the grazing animation. And to be fair, I understand why. Here's a screenshot of the original ones. This is kind of like one of the problems with having a grazing animation. It just stretches the neck unnaturally. So it looks a little awkward, so I understand why they don't do grazing animations anymore. Another thing about the animations is Stacy Hightop posted this video comparing the old animations to the new animations. I'll link in the description so you can go rewatch it on your own. But I loved seeing the side-by-side animations because you can see where they pulled inspiration from the original Connemara's for these new ones. It's kind of funny because I've seen some people say that some of the gates aren't enough like the old ones, but when I'm looking at these side-by-sides, I'm seeing them not one for one, but I'm seeing them very, very similar in the same spirit as the original ones. If you look at the trot, they have a very straight back, even trot. Sure, the old Connemara has a, like, I don't know what it's called, hollow spine, but Connemara's are supposed to have a very straight trot, according to a YouTube video that I watched about them. So yeah, all in all, I love seeing these side-by-sides. It still makes me giggle when I see reviews and people say that they don't look anything like the originals when I can only see similarities. So, and finally, the other thing that I want to talk about is jumping. So a lot of people have pointed out with this horse's jump that they just don't jump that high. And that they are clipping through some of the higher obstacles. Now, this I think is twofold. I think mostly it's because of the way that they are jumping. Star Stable lately has been doing like a good job trying to like make the jumps look a lot more realistic. So a problem that a lot of players have had in the past is that the horses just go straight up. And while these still do somewhat go a little straight up, they are much more horizontal when they are jumping and moving. Like they have like a curve. They don't just kind of like bounce straight up into the air as noticeably as some of the older breeds. There's kind of a trade-off to not going super vertical with their jump. So if we don't like them just rocketing up into the air when they do their jump, there has to be some sort of compromise there. So they're doing a good job trying to like find that balance of making sure that they have like a similar jump height to the other horses while also having like a more realistic kind of like curve and bend and like flow through the air. But unfortunately the trade-off to that means that they will physically clear obstacles, but they might not visually clear obstacles. And that I think mostly just has to do with the scale of the game. So you'll notice with some of the older obstacles, they will look taller than some of the newer obstacles that are coming out. An example of this would be Lizzie's paddock race. Okay, this is going to be a little hard to show, but I will do my best. But ultimately, what the point I'm trying to get at is that some of these higher ones, and honestly some of these lower ones, they might be 2 bars, but they are 3 bar height when compared to some of the newer obstacles. Star Stable kind of has always had a scale issue. It's more noticeable when you go and do older races versus the newer races, because I feel like along the way they've adjusted the heights of some of the obstacles. Especially in that last run there with those blue obstacles, you'll see that I clipped through every single one of those. I cleared them, I didn't actually hit them, but visually I did go through them. And I think that's the trade-off of having a less vertical, straight up, rocketing into the air type of jump that we've seen with the other horses. We didn't like that, so they fixed it so that the horse doesn't do that anymore. However, now the obstacles that are in the world of Jorvik from the time when the horses were rocketing up into the air are now too tall. At the very least, we don't hit them, which is great. However, I totally understand how visually that would be extremely frustrating, especially when recording roleplays. I try so hard to make it look like I'm not clipping through jumps, and it's going to be extra difficult now that some of the jump heights are not compatible with the Connemara. And again, it's not that I'm physically hitting them, it's that I am phasing through them, which I think is the problem that a lot of people are upset about. This was also very noticeable on the Black Forest horse. But again, that's another horse that they didn't have that much of a vertical jump. They went more horizontal, more longer of a jump, which, again, we've been asking for more realistic jumps in a while. I just unfortunately think that because of the scale of Jorvik, having a more realistic jump, the trade-off will be glitching through the jumps. You might say, like, well, why can't they just update all the jumps then? That's a lot of work. And there's still a lot of things that we are asking for, like obviously new areas, new quests, new horses. Like there's a lot that players are wanting, that fixing the jump height for every single obstacle, when there are horses that are still also bouncing straight up into the air and able to clear it with no problem, might not be a top priority. So I completely understand that. I will say, though, it does seem like they are kind of tackling this scale issue as like a rolling change. So what I mean by that is, as new areas release and as new paddock props become available, I think the scale is being adjusted. And the reason why I even say this is because I originally tested this out at Silverglade Manor with the paddock props there, and I didn't see this issue at all, and the horse was only level 2. So now that my horse is level 10 and I come to Paddock Island, I see them clipping through it. I don't think that this issue is going to get better as I level up the horse. I think it is strictly just a scale issue for Star Stable, because I am trying to jump higher jumps. Now, caveat to this would be the Grand Prix race, because yes, those are new, and yes, those I definitely clip through. However, those jumps are purposefully supposed to be massive because they're Grand Prix courses. So I'll say, as far as like regular jumps are concerned, the newer paddock props don't seem to be a problem. It's more so some older courses and older races that are just scaled a little big for the new, more realistic style jumping animations. Anyways, that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video like this. I do try to cover every Wednesday update and more. Let me know if you think I should get either Embermane or Criollo. Which horses did you get from the bazaar? And I will see you all in next week's video, which it looks like the Trailblazer is starting next week. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!